Good morning, everyone. Hope you are well and safe. In our studies, we are looking at the I am statements of Jesus in the Gospel of John. These prove to be very, very informative to us about the purpose and the work of Jesus. We come to the second one, which is found in chapter 6 and verse 35. Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. Now, obviously, Jesus is speaking spiritually, not physically, because there have been Christians who have hungered, and there have been Christians who get thirsty. So he is talking about being a spiritual bread. Now, the context, Jesus is talking to people about the fact that Moses fed the children of Israel in the wilderness, and they were actually wanting Jesus to do the same thing. You just feed us, take care of us, provide for us, make sure we have what we want and what we need. And so, with these things going on, and of course, he has fed a multitude by this time, they think, well, you ought to just physically provide for us from now on if you're the Messiah. And Jesus says, no, I'm going to provide for you spiritually. I am the spiritual bread you need. And of course, realize in the ancient world, bread was a staple. People ate bread. And so Jesus, using this illustration, is trying to provide us with an idea that he spiritually sustains us. He spiritually takes care of us. We desire the sincere milk of the word, Peter tells us, to help us grow, but we also desire the bread of life so we may continue to grow. We don't ever want to be satisfied with our spiritual status. We want to ever develop, we want to ever grow, and so spiritually, we want to constantly feed on Jesus. Of course, he will go on in this discussion to tell them, once again in verse 48, I am the bread of life. And then he explains, your father ate the manna in the wilderness and are dead. Physical bread is not what we spiritually need. So he goes on in verse 50, this is the bread which comes down from heaven, that one may eat of it and not die. Spiritual bread, spiritual sustainment through Jesus Christ. Now, the great thing about this is that he is a spiritual bread, not just for the Jews, but for the whole world. Anyone, everyone can come and spiritually partake of the benefits that Jesus only offers. And that's something we need to keep in mind as we discuss all of these I ams. These are exclusive to Jesus. No one else can provide or do these things. And so Jesus is Messiah, the promised one. He is, and I will say, the spiritual bread of life, that we might live and be sustained to eternal life by him. Lord's willing, next week, we'll look at yet another one of these I am statements. May God be with you and protect you.